Welcome back to More Crypto. Today I'm going to be discussing Cardano, so stick around. I'm going to be discussing the fundamentals in this video. I'm going to have a separate video where I talk about the chart and good entry points and where I think the coin is headed as well. So stick around for that video also. So as I said, my name is More Crypto. Like and subscribe. It's just going to help the channel out. It's just going to make me able to create more content for you guys on a daily basis and provide you with more info on cryptocurrencies that's going to hopefully help us take all our money to the moon. So support the channel a little bit, comment, like and subscribe. Any other coins that you'd want me to discuss and talk about, just message me in the comments and I'll have a look at them as well. Okay, so let's have a look at Cardano then without further ado. So on CoinMarketCap you can see it's at $1.06. Okay, at the minute it's got a market cap of 33 billion. This is the volume and the circulating supply as well. You can buy it on most exchanges as well, so Binance, Huobi, you can. There's tons of exchanges that you can buy it on as well. Just looking at the charts quickly, you can see that it's had a monumental run up here, and loads of people have generated a lot of income from that as well. So what we need to look at is why this has generated so much hype and what is the potential that ADA will be able to bring in the future as well. So let's look at what ADA is, what Cardano is to start off with. So Cardano is a third generation blockchain. It improves scalability, transaction speed and security along with decentralization with lower fees. Okay, essentially it's used to send and receive digital funds, and how it's different from all these other cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum, which is trying to sort of take a lot of market cap from, is that it uses a proof of stake system rather than a proof of work system, which increases the transaction speeds per second, leading to huge advantages in payments. It realistically wants to be the internet of blockchains, allowing seamless transactions, and it allows metadata to be used with transactions, allowing banks to trust them. So a huge problem with cryptocurrency at the moment is that the current financial world, i.e. the banks, do not support them at all, just because banks like to know who the money is coming from, where it's going to, and why it's being sent over as well. Cryptocurrency, that's the beauty of it, that it's untracked and you don't need to provide any information. So what Cardano is going to allow to do is that banks can request metadata, and if a user wants to, they can provide that metadata as well. So it's going to allow for Cardano to be used in a lot more scenarios than is being used now. Another important thing to mention is the treasury model that Cardano does use. So essentially when a coin is being started up, there's an initial coin offering and funds are gathered then. But a lot of the time what happens is those funds run out in development and it's very difficult to find more money to pump back into the coin. So what Cardano has done is use a treasury system where it's pumped those funds into a treasury, and along its development, whenever it needs funds, the users vote on whether those funds should be released or not and what they should be used for, and more money gets pumped into the treasury as well. Okay, it's had an all-time high of $1.40 as well, so that's something to look at, and is competing with Ethereum. Okay, so something coming up in the Cardano roadmap is the Gorgon update. So Gorgon's going to be looking at smart contracts, and it's a significant leap forward in the capabilities of the Cardano network. It comes with the ability to build decentralized applications and a whole host of other features, including a multi-asset ledger. So you can go onto their website, you can read through this, you can see it's the third stage in the roadmap, and essentially it's just building on what already is looking to be a very promising project. And just to describe it a little bit more, it allows anyone to make smart contracts on the ADA network. It's got more secure programming to allow for a more secure network, and a huge thing right now with the competitors such as Ethereum is the Ethereum gas fees. It's very expensive to sometimes be interacting with smart tokens, so it's going to essentially solve the gas fee issue and make interacting with smart tokens a lot quicker, a lot more efficient and cheaper. And as a result of this, a lot of retail investors will transfer over to Cardano as well. So that's something that we need to be looking at. So another thing that this new update will allow us to do is it's going to be looking at an ERC20 converter. Okay, so this ERC20 converter, I found this really good explanation on Reddit, and it basically puts it into simple words. So what it means for tokens is assets will be first-class citizens in Cardano rather than second-class citizens as they are in ETH, a solid infrastructure, gold standard, smart contract language, no uncertainty around Ethereum 2.0 and Cardano, and a clear path for assets to pay fees in their own native tokens. How will it benefit Cardano? More transaction fees on the chain help fund the treasury, which fund Cardano's improvements for years to come. Okay, so essentially, if you didn't understand all of that, putting it into even simpler terms, it allows for example, an application that's being built on iOS, which in this scenario is Ethereum, to be transferred seamlessly over to Android. Okay, and in doing so, letting them have better service and better transaction fees and more efficiency as well. So as you can see, that's going to benefit loads of people, and normally at the minute it's very hard to change the platform and the infrastructure that any company has based their programming on. Okay, the next thing that we need to look at is the Haskell programming language, and essentially it allows for less errors in code being built on their platform as there isn't code being written from the ground up. Okay, so a lot of money and a lot of resources are invested in building up from the ground up essentially. Now what Haskell will allow companies to do is that um, it'll get rid of their issues of errors and coding mistakes, because when code's being built from the ground up, it just means that there can be a lot more issues. And this Haskell programming language, it's sort of like Wix and sort of like a website building platform, because the programming has already been done for you. It's more like a drag and drop system where you can just move this code to here and move that code to there, which will essentially allow for less errors because the code has been compiled already. It's building a ton of hype up as well, and essentially any coin that's generating a lot of hype will be benefiting in the long run as well. Okay, so that was a quick overview of why Cardano was doing so well and why we should be looking at it. I'll quickly just show you the charts as well. As you can see, it was in 2018, in January 2018, the price was extremely high. There's no reason it shouldn't go back to this price. Watch the next video that I'm gonna publish, and that is going to be about analyzing this chart, looking at the right entry points, and looking at the resistance and support. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. If you want to support the channel, please like and subscribe. It's going to mean a whole lot, and it just means that it motivates me to provide more information on cryptocurrency and lets us build as a community. Okay, so thank you very much. It's been more crypto, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.